How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a lovely cold morning. Just waiting for the van to warm up before we get going. I've already had James, aka Pollen Tech, aka the Pollen Filter King, on the phone to me, sending me videos of his heated screen this morning in his Transit. When I used to have my Transit Custom, I used to send him videos of my heated seat, so he's making the most of it now. I think I need a diesel heater in the back or something, and then put like a pipe coming through to the cabin in the morning, just turn it on, get it nice and warm before I set out really. But a new week, fresh week. Didn't work this weekend, so feeling refreshed. Few jobs on this morning, not too much of a heavy one. The phone's just been off the hook already this morning. I haven't answered any calls. I've got an automated message that I send to them that they can just leave their details, a little description of the work they want doing, and I'll get back to them. Got loads of quotes to do. I've had a few of you guys message me via Instagram or comments, or just found my number and that has asked for work. So that's pretty cool. Got a few of those quotes to get in, and I just want to start this week's video with thank you for everyone that's been watching, everyone that's been commenting. Really nice comments in the comment section. Very rarely do I get a negative one. There's one guy that said I look spent, which I found quite funny. Overall, just want to say thanks. Last week I was tired. I'd worked 11 days in a row, and when I was editing the last bit of the video for last week, I just thought, I can't be bothered. It's a lot of effort I go through to film and edit. Just a few messages come through. There's a couple of messages that came through via Instagram, just saying, thank you for what you're doing. You're inspiring me to get out and go mobile. So that's the sort of thing I do this for, is the interaction with people. And I never thought I'd sort of inspire anybody to do anything, to be honest. But anyway, that's over for the morning. Let's get cracking. We've got that BMW X3 handbrake issue to go have a look at, and we're running late because it's just taken so long to defrost this fan. I need a diesel heater. Right guys, just had a look at that BMW, and I didn't film because the customer's there. Don't like filming sometimes when the customer's there. And basically it was just a handbrake lever. It was broken because the cables were still moving, but the travel on the actual handbrake lever was just really floppy. So between there's one sort of little cable that goes off to the sort of two cables. There was just too much play in that, and there was something, a little tab broken. Done that. I've just picked up a part from VW. Actually, this is the VW I should have been working at before I went self-employed. I'll do a full story on that sometime soon, how I got started. I'm sure some of you have asked me and would want to know. Now I'm going to go back to that starter motor that I wasn't going to warranty from Friday, I think it was. I'm going to do the part under warranty. Going to check out the flywheel, I'm going to say to him, because of the long start and all the oil dripping on it, you won't get another warranty part out of it. I'm just going to charge him a call out fee for that as well. And then I've got a bit of diag to do a little bit later on in the afternoon, and that should be it. And I need to get these quotes done, and the phone just doesn't stop ringing. It's a good thing, but yeah, sometimes you just want the phone to stop, like have the whole week booked up and then just the phone not to ring until the weekend or something. But anyway, we'll see you at this starter motor. Right guys, we are with this crafter. I've got my leads set up on my van just to test it. Yeah, because my jump pack, I haven't got my leads there at the wife's work. I left them there last week, so, and then I've got my power probe. Just gonna get onto there. Yeah, that's knackered. Right, whilst I'm here, might as well show you what a good one looks like. Right, I've got my leads hooked up because the battery's flat. Let's see if it'll turn over. Nope, we'll have to let that charge a little bit longer. Right, there we go. Just I thought I'd try it off camera and it started, so just needed an extra minute. And to be honest, that actually cranked up really well. And there's not much oil on it, so I'm not going to charge him. I'm just going to warrant the part. I think the part's failed, to be honest. So yeah, my conscience couldn't live with charging him for that. You know, it's under warranty, so yeah. I'm just going to give him a call now. Right, so we got this Ford Mondeo, which was we've pulled out for a knocking noise, and this aircon clutch pulley, I guess you want to call it. You can just see it's all sheared off. Just shine a light up there. You can just about see where it's sheared off from. How's it going, guys? Yeah, so just basically took that clutch off, and yeah, we'll rebook that in the summer because it's too cold. Right, that's me done for the day, and it's still 10 to 3, so early-ish finish, but just gonna head up to the unit. Got some quotes to do, got some parts to order, and guys, I've got a bit of a dilemma. Tell me if I'm right or wrong here, but in November, mid-November, I was at a customer's house doing some work. Neighbour comes over. I'm going to leave out one detail and then tell you at the end. See if it changes your mind on if I'm right or wrong, basically. So the neighbour comes out. This lady, she said, oh, my husband's car has been sat here outside the house for months and months. It had a new engine, went for an MOT, failed the MOT, and this is where it's sat ever since. So she had somebody else have a look at it and say it needed something, but she just wanted me to have a look to sort of confirm. I said I can have a quick look, but I'm really busy. It'd be a very quick look. Turned out to be a flat battery. Everything else was running fine. So I said to her, I can price up the bits that it needs for the MOT, or, as some of you guys know, car sales is my other business, so I could buy it as it is. I'll give you two prices. She said, that's fine, I'll let you deal with my son because he's going to deal with it. So again, I gave her prices for all the work and to buy it. I think the value of the car, if it was in tip-top condition, would have been about £6,000. And I offered 4. Short story, I offered 4. He come back saying he wanted at least 7.5 because he's seen some online and that's what they're going for. So I said, yeah, maybe they are, but not with your spec and also with your mileage, and it's also had an engine replacement. so that devalues it a little bit, in my mind anyway. And also these are dealers selling these cars with warranty. He took ages to come back to me. I'd forgotten about it. He then said, could we come up to about four and a half grand? I said, I'll talk to my mate Nathan, who I do the car sales with, and I'll get back to you. I did talk to him about it. We weren't overly keen on the car, and that was it. It just slipped my mind. He sent me a message last week and said, any update on this? So I've had a look at prices. The price of these cars, these Ford Cougars, they've come down by about 1,500 quid. I just relayed this to him. I said we'd offer you 1,500 quid less. And he sent me back a really snotty message saying basically thanks for wasting his time. He also said, so you're saying the market has come down by 1,500 quid in 2 months? That is a ridiculous statement, he said. And then he basically was quite rude, and yeah, he said thanks for nothing, basically. I was in a bit of a tetchy mood in the morning, and I've messaged him back saying no need to get all sour about it. I can't dictate the prices and the market of cars. To which he's then responded, well, it's basically my fault now. You know, I did say to him he could have easily within those 2 months got back to me, and sort of, you know, he's also waited 2 months. And then he's replied saying he can be, so this is where I will now tell you the missing part. He said, I will be as sour as I want because it's my dead father's car. Now, I'm very sorry for the guy. It's not nice. But am I in the wrong for the way I've acted? I said to him, I'm very busy. I've always got cars being offered to me. I've got my mechanic side to deal with. And his reply was, we're all busy. This is your job. He's kind of right. But, you know, if I quoted up and went to and from with every single phone call I got about a car or a job, I wouldn't get any work done. That's just facts. So is the fact that this car belonged to his dad who had passed away, should I feel guilty, basically, is what I want to know. Just let me know, because it's been really bugging me all day. You know, I'm not a horrible person, but should you separate the car to the circumstance? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Right, I'm at the unit, but I've not actually gone in. I've just been sitting here catching up on quotes and invoices, and I can't be bothered to go in. I don't want another late Monday to start me off, so I'm just gonna go home. I've got a day up the unit tomorrow. This will be mostly doing the car sales side of things, so anything car sales related, we'll be doing that tomorrow. So yeah, I'll show you around. See you tomorrow. Alright, welcome back. We're in the unit today. Got Nathan on the job. Got this BMW 3 Series in. It just had a few advisories on the MOT. One being this shock, and the other one being this broken spring, amongst other things on this car that needs work. But yeah, we're just putting the spring back on this side. So we've just got the gearbox jack, just putting that up. Got to line the hole up for that bolt. Done on that side. Just doing the shock on this side, so you've got to take out part of this trim on the inside. Alright, that's the BMW done. Customer has only opted to do the spring on this side and the shock on that side. Like I said, all of the arms back there, not great. Brakes, again, not great, they're getting low. But you have to go with what the customer can afford, really, you know, difficult times. So just got to torque the wheels up. I've got a nice, this Suzuki's all back from paint, so this is up for sale now. Nice little car. Just need to put a gearbox speed sensor in there. Yeah, it's looking quite nice now actually. Just needs a bit of a clean up. Got the old trusty Transit Custom, hopefully. So if there's anybody watching this, any mechanics or any mechanics you might know, I'm looking for a second person to go out in the Custom. I'm just so busy. I've got too much work and too many phone calls to cover, just myself. So if you're watching this and you're local to Aylesbury, High Wycombe, those surrounding areas, get in touch over on Instagram or email. I'll leave both in the description. Just send me over an email. If you've been watching the channel, you know we don't get too involved in anything too heavy, and if we do, we're in the unit, on a ramp, in the dry. You mostly be doing brakes, servicing, suspension work, bit of diag. So yeah, let me know. Right, I'm just going to torque these wheels up and get the next car in. We've got this S3 back in, the one we've done the slave cylinder for, and we didn't replace the clutch. So he's got the clutch now, so Boxer's got to come back out again. Do the job all over again. Like I said before, the clutches, they're expensive, and the flywheels, so can't really blame him for wanting just to get the one that was already in there kept in there. So yeah, just gonna unload this now. This Audi A3, lovely Audi A3. It's in for a track rod end, so you can see there it's just starting to split. Very hard to get light with these DJI cameras. Whilst I'm on the subject of cameras and editing and stuff, is there anybody watching that can do me like an intro and an outro? I feel like I need one now. Do, you know, something personal to me when my videos open. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so if you are, again, get over into the DMs of my Insta or email, let me know what you can do. Yeah, and if anyone's got some editing tips or things like that, because I'm a mechanic, I'm lost when it comes to all the editing side, and I get so frustrated trying to work it all out. But yeah, let me know. Right, let's get started on this track rod end. Right, that was it. Nice simple job. I've put some ceramic paste just on the threads. That's tightened up to 20 Newton meters plus 90 degrees. We'll see if it needs cracking, or it'll be fine. I've counted the threads, so should be all right. What?
You film me, I won't do it.
Nah, go on.
I said I didn't know you could count.
You should have said it. Right, so that's all done. And does anybody want to take a guess at how much Audi was going to charge to replace one of these? £900. Don't know where they've got that price from. Maybe it needs tracking afterwards, and the radar needs setting up, which is fair enough. But does that warrant £900 worth of work? Who knows? Right, another unexpected job that he told us about was the washer jet wasn't working. So basically, we just took this cap off. Well, we took the trim underneath off first, inside, checked that the washer jets were working just out of the hose before it goes in, and it was. So we just took this off. You take this cap off here, and then there's another smaller nozzle underneath. Just blew some air through it. Job done, no problem. On to the next one. Let's get this one out. Right, so we've now got this Vauxhall Corsa. This is a car we've sold already, basically when the person came to buy it, the indicator weren't working. So obviously you can see they're all working down the side here. That one isn't. That's probably just a bulb. But you've got these here, and yeah, we said, oh well, you know, okay, just get a bulb replaced when you get back home, not a problem. But what we found is these lights, or the mechanic, I haven't looked at it yet, but these lights, the indicators, are integrated with the light unit itself, so you can't just replace the bulb. How stupid is that? I believe there's wiring kits or repair kits that you can get where you have to sort of cut into the headlight. Or what we've done, we've just bought a new headlight to save the hassle. So yeah, we're just going to get that taken off now. But I might have a look into it, because this bulb also isn't working. Maybe they're connected. Oh. Let's get cracking. So we've got a few bolts, screws just to take off there, one on the underside here, and I assume there's going to be some underneath. So this is what I mean. So the indicator bulb is in this misted up part here, and then when we go round to the back of the light, this is, you know, behind where it should be. So what, you're gonna have to cut this bit of plastic out and change the bulb? How daft is that? And now this whole light is now scrap. What a waste. What a waste of money. This new one. What's the chances this is the wrong one? As everything always is in a car trade. Oh, looking alright. Yep, we've got the same blanked off piece, same plug. Everything so far looks okay. Right, this is a bit more of a problem than first expected. So I think the light is actually fine. We've got a wiring issue going on. The side indicator, as you saw, wasn't working. I did change the bulb. It didn't start working. So I think we've got a wiring issue. So that's going to be a job for another day, because I've not got time to do that. I've got to get the Suzuki in that we've got someone hopefully buying tomorrow. I've got a couple of jobs just to do on that. Right, last one of the day. We've got a lower arm, well, a ball joint, which I've already taken out, but the new one goes in, and it's just loose in there, so I've ordered up an arm to save messing about. So this will be stuck on the ramp for the day. It's Wally, the apprentice. Right, so that's the working day done, and I've got the Transit Custom inside. If none of you have seen this, van. Well, no, this is my, well, this wouldn't be my first van, but this was my van before the Sprinter. And yeah, I've got a toolbox tour and a van tour on my page, which if I figured it out, I'll put it over in the top hand corner here. But yeah, I've got this in at the minute because James, aka the Pollen Tech, the Pollen Filter King, unfortunately his engine blew up today, so it's not good. Obviously those engines for these, he's got the same van as me, 2.2 Transit Custom. They're quite expensive, so I've said he can borrow my van until he puts an engine in his one, because obviously I'm not using it at the minute, although obviously I've put a shout out for a second mechanic, so we'll see. Hopefully he shouldn't take too long to get his sorted, but no rush. Like I said, I've not been using this van for a little while, so I've just got to clear out some of my stuff, because it's just full of just bits and bobs really. So yeah, he should be able to work out of this, and I know he's watching. No heated screen for you. He's been mocking me. He's been mocking me for the past few days, clearing his windscreen. But he's got heated seats in this, just not a heated windscreen. So yeah, just got to clear this out. So if there's anybody watching and they have got an engine for a 2.2 Transit Custom, please just message me on Instagram. Again, link will be in the description. Yeah, if you can sort us out, that'd be great. Right, let's just put some of my tools away, tidy up my van, and then get onto the custom. Is that him now? Here he is.
Van rentals?
The old Pollen Tech is here. You think so well?
We're filming, yeah?
Yeah. Just
broke the van, everyone.
Yeah.
I'll have to give
Bottom
you
end
footage
one.
while I was sitting on that side of the road.
Really?
I was going to film it as I come in. And then I was like, oh,
you should have done. But yeah, this is PK's new van.
Yep.
All my stuff cleared out. Starts up straight away.
And to a good home. All those pollen filters are getting replaced.
What's on the clock now?
234.
234.
Mine died on 168.
And he's got a bit of fuel in there.
Oh,
He's got 45 miles.
Really?
That'll get him
It's
home.
up there.
It won't start in the morning though. Little stressful.
I'll use that. I'll use this battery to start.
Yeah, you're gonna need that, mate. You got the Kerbside air freshener in there as well, mate.
There we go, man. I'm gonna be repping.
Yeah. There she goes.
Kerbside fleet, yeah?
The reliable van. This one never lets me down.
I'll do a van tour when it's loaded, yeah?
Cool, man.
Then you can compare it to your old van.
Yeah. See what the Pollen Tech's got in store.
Full to the brim of pollen filters.
He just goes around doing pollen filters all day. That's it.
Safe, brother.
Well, this is fun. Just to start the day. Seems to be some sort of accident on the motorway. And if I'd ordered these parts, actually I've got these parts already for this job. But if I hadn't had to go to the parts supplier for other parts, SatNav wouldn't have taken me this way. So I've just seen a couple of police cars go zooming past. The traffic on the maps as well doesn't look like it goes too far forward, but that means it might have just happened and we could be here for some time. Let's hope everybody's okay and it's maybe just someone run out of fuel or something and just has to be pushed over to the side. I don't know. The time is 9:45. We'll see how long we're here. Right, we're away. Was only there about 10 minutes anyway. And I think this is the cause of the breakdown. Oh, that don't look good. Look at that front tyre. Right, here we are back in this little workshop. Unfortunately, the fire is not on today because the guys aren't here. They've just left me to it. But yeah, here we go. Brakes, I've already adjusted the winder back so the shoes come in. Makes it easier for the disc and the drum part to come off. So we've just got two 13 mils to undo here, which I've already taken out. The caliper will then come out. We've then got to take the caliper carrier out, which is, I think, two 22 mil bolts just there. Maybe these little bolts here should come out, and then we will have a look, see what's going on. So this is why the handbrake isn't doing anything. So that's the material, and that is just, it's all crumbled away. And then underneath, there's nothing. Yeah, so it's just been scraping away at the inside of the drum there. So right, let's get those changed out. So what we're gonna have to do, you've got these pins here, one there, one up there, they come out, and then you've got some springs in there, and this is the adjuster wheel I was talking about. So you adjust this, and then this gets wider and then pushes the drums out closer to the inside of the disc. Got some springs that side. Right, let's get it changed. Right, there we go, that's the new shoes on. You can just see. And so we've got new spring clips as well, but we have got new clips of these, which are just here. But these, I don't know, they just didn't feel great. They were a lot more difficult getting on. And also these older ones have these little clips, and there's a hole in the back. I don't know if you can see, but it just sort of goes into there as well. So yeah, I must admit I'm not a fan of doing shoes because they can be a bit tricky, but these weren't too bad. Yeah, a little bit tight getting on the handbrake cable side initially, and then I just used a couple of persuasion bars, one on this side, one underneath, and that would allow me, I put the spring on first, and then that allowed me to separate this space enough just to get this winder back in. So yeah, that's it. Just going to put the drum back on, the disc back on, adjust it all the way until it stops and then the wheel can't turn, and then just back that adjuster off just a tiny bit, and that should be perfect. Right, that's the second side on, and I tell you what, that was a bit of a pain this side. I did think, oh, this is going great. You know how it is, you do one side of something, you come to do the other side and you just fly through it. Thought, yeah, great. And then come to put it all back on, and then this spring here, it sits behind this, and this is what the handbrake cable goes onto. And it was so difficult to get it behind that and the shoes on. And I was scratching my head. And then what I realised I'd done was, see the difference in the spring? I'd got that the wrong way round. As soon as I'd done that, it went back together fairly easily. So, yeah, right. This back on, adjust it all, finished. Move on. We're here with this Murano. It's one of these things. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see with the light in here. You can see those pads. I've got quite a lot of material on, at least on the outside anyway. Same with this side. Gonna have to see if we can see the inner pad, which I can from here. Loads of material left. I don't know if you can see it, but loads left on there and loads left on there. You're not going to be able to see it via the camera. The customer's not here at the minute. They've just asked me to do front pads and discs, and the discs on there as well looked almost brand new. So again, the rears, I don't know if you can see, the rears are worse than the fronts. Especially these discs. You can see these discs are knackered, and the pads are getting low. Maybe it's just a noise they can hear. I've tried to ring her, but there's no answer. So 2 weeks in a row. I ain't getting this car for free, that's for sure. That's 2 jobs now where potentially, well, this one I'm not going to make any money. Right, we're going to go for a quick drive. And see if I can hear something that maybe she can hear. In case you didn't know, these have got a V6 in them. Petrol V6. Oh, and there is, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's some sort of rotational noise there. Possibly coming from the front left. Oh, that sounds bad. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. Could be a wheel bearing. Oh, that's bad. Right, so we've got it jacked up. I don't know if you can pick that up. And then also top to the bottom. That's a wheel bearing. Needs a wheel bearing. So we'll have to order that and come back another day. So not totally lost. It's going to be a diagnosis and call out fee on top of the fitting fee now. Right, I'm just sitting here waiting for my last job to turn up. Need some Red Bull, some flagging. Don't want to get out of the van. Right, my customer's turned up. I'm just going to try and knock these brakes out as quickly as possible. So this is the state of the discs. You can see the lip on there, both sides. Look how thin that's got. And in the pads, next to nothing left. Just got to clean this area up, put the new stuff on, clean this up. There's always something in it. That's on. There's always something in it. So pads and discs are on. All lovely. The sensor that I've been given, so this is obviously the old one. The sensor I've been given is slightly wrong. So as you can see, it has these locating pieces here, and the sensor I've got, they don't match up, so they're getting another one sent down to me. So I'm going to do the other side, and hopefully by the time I'm finished they'll turn up with the new one and it's right, hopefully. Right, I don't know how well you can see me, but obviously, fair play to this other supplier. I'm not on an account with them, but they sent me out another sensor. Only problem being is they sent me out the exact same sensor. I don't know. So I've just come to Euro Car Parts, and they've got one, and I've checked it and it's right. So just heading back there, put that sensor back on. You've got to then go in and do the condition-based service reset, and in home time. Morning everyone, it's Thursday, very cold Thursday. We've just got a bit of diagnosis on this Polo. We've got a misfire, and also I done a temporary repair on this on a pipe that goes from the brake. So I'm frozen this morning. The brake servo to the tandem pump, I believe it is on here, and he had the revs fluctuated, but we've got a misfire on cylinder 1. So what we're going to do, as usual, swap the coils, and if it moves, you know it's going to be the spark plug, the coil. Right, so I didn't really film any of that because I've just had a call for a breakdown. So I swapped coil number 1 to number 2. It wasn't registering a misfire on live data. He's already said he's got spark plugs and a coil packs on the way. So his girlfriend's dad's going to help him change those. And now I've just got a call for an Audi A3 clutch pedal. She said for the last few days it's just been sticking, and now it's gone to the floor. So she said she's round the corner from my house, and I'm just gonna get her going, follow her home, diagnose it, and then we can replace whatever needs replacing another day. Probably won't film it because she'll be there, so I'll let you know how I get on. Right, so that was a nice easy one. She'd broken down right in the middle of the road, so I just bled the clutch system up for now, got her home, and then we'll just have to come back. We'll price up a slave cylinder and a master cylinder separately, and then when I go back I'll test it properly to see which one it needs. Right, so how we test if it's the slave or the master cylinder, so you've got this pipe down here that goes into the slave cylinder. I've just clamped that off, and if we come into the car, so this pedal was going to the floor, but now if I press it, there's a lot of resistance there, so it won't go down. So you know, up until that point, there's pressure in the system. So, slave cylinder it is. So as well, with that customer I've just done a breakdown for, she asked me would I be interested in her other car. She's got a BMW just sat there. So I had a look, it's BMW X5. I'm not sure what year, it's got a private plate on it, but it's a fairly old one. It's just been sat around for ages. Looks half decent, and she was just going to scrap it. So I said I'd offer her scrap money for it. But then I'm thinking what I might do is trade my services for the car. So you've got call out today, and then you're going to have labour plus a part of either a master or a slave cylinder, which I think she said she was offered 500 quid scrap for it. So yeah, maybe if I trade my services plus a bit of cash on top, might take the car. Works out maybe better for her possibly, and for me obviously. So I'm going to price her up those bits, and then I'll get back to her. She wants it doing ASAP obviously. Right, we're back on my free Peugeot 206, just trying to get and establish what is wrong here. If anybody knows, just point it out. So yeah, obviously that wheel cylinder's been leaking, and it's absolutely battered the rear brake. So for now I've got a new rear wheel cylinder just to get it mobile, and then I'm gonna have to do the shoes. Drums ain't in a bad condition, to be honest. Bit of a clean up, they'll be fine. But yeah, just need to get this out of my father-in-law's yard, so I'll be able to change that up and drive it away. Right, as you can probably see, the smoke coming off here. I've had to use a bit of fire to get this nut to go. But that's up now. So here we are, it's out, and that just all fell apart in my hand as I took it out. So yeah, absolutely knackered. Right, we're gonna put a new one in, bleed it up. We're not gonna have any brakes this side, but at least we'll have front brakes. There we go, just bleeding it out now. Just get rid of all the air bubbles, and then we'll check the pedal. Well, it's still not going to be great because there's no shoes on there, but we should have some sort of pedal, and then we can drive it to the unit, get it out of there, and then we can tidy it up, get it sold. Right, that's all bled up. Check the pedal. Yeah, it's nice and firm. That'll give us some brakes. Good morning everyone. It's a nice cold Friday, and I thought I'd just show you something I've been sent. This little tool here, it's called Snow Breaker. So it's got a couple of different uses. One, obviously, it's a scraper on the end, which I've already used here this side. I'll try to do this one-handed. But get right up the windscreen for areas you can't reach. It has got a foam handle here, so just a bit more comfortable, and this part of the bar is actually quite cold, so that's working really well. Right, so most of the screen is now scraped off, but whilst you're just waiting for the mist to clear, you can also use it as a brake depressor. So you just put that bit down there, press that onto the pedal, and then you can adjust it, which mine is too long at the minute, so let me just adjust that. So you can see the handle. You can choose to wipe the frost off if you like, but yeah, there you go. And then we'll go round, just see the brake lights are working. Because although your dash should tell you if the brake lights are out, it won't tell you which one a lot of the time. Right, let's get started on this first job of the day. We've got a leaking water pump. You can just see down the bottom, hopefully, all the coolant there. So we've just got the water pump to do. This is actually one of Carl's customers, who you might have seen in a few videos, another mobile mechanic. But this needed to be done for the weekend, and I don't think Carl could get it done, so he's passed the work on to me. So yeah, just gonna get cracking. We've got the sun out, most of it's in the shade, so I've picked this bay to get it done. So airbox out, have to take that mount off, support the engine, and then it should all be done from here. Right, so we are at this stage here. The mount is taken off, the wheel arch trim is just taken off. So I've got the engine supported with my jack down there. Just got to take this water pump pulley off. Got to take this thermostat. You got a pipe at the back, just that there, and I think she should be ready to come out. Right, so a quick tip, all of these bolts that you take out of the water pump, they're all different lengths. So all I've done is got the new gasket and I've marked where the holes are, and then I'll just punch the bolts through there. And there we go, those are the bolts, those are the lengths, so you're never going to get those mixed up. Right, that's the old pump off. You just got to make sure all the surfaces are clean. I've just got to get a little bit more up there. Yeah, ready for the new gasket to go on. Right, we're just bleeding it up, all done. All the pipes apart. We've got hot air coming out the vents. Unfortunately, it's got no temperature gauge. It's got an ABS light on there, so I'm just going to quickly scan that. And for that, I'm using a handheld dongle from TopDon. It's called the Top Scan. And basically what it does, you download an app onto your phone, and you have loads of different options and features on here, which I'm going to go through with you. So you just do an auto scan, and then you've got to tell sometimes what engine code it's got. So at the minute it's just scanning through all of the control units, looking for faults. You can see scanning in progress. So now we can see it is finished its scan and the fault codes that are coming up, and we've got 3 faults in the ABS there. Oh, someone's at the door. So we've got brake pedal switch, rear left wheel speed sensor circuit, rear right wheel speed sensor circuit. Now I'm sure Carl knows all about these codes, as like I said, it's his customer. First of all, we'll see if they clear and confirmed, but they come straight back. Data display, so if you wanted live readings, you've got the speeds of the wheels there. Currently the front of the car is off the ground, so we can't check that, but you've got all the live data you need right here. Good little tool to keep in your car. Like I said, it's called a Top Scan from TopDon, and it just has the little dongle here. So yeah, take that out, leave it in your glove box. You've got a diagnostic machine in the palm of your hands, just on your phone. I'll leave a link in the description for it if you guys want to go and have a look. So also now we're in the engine control unit, and we've got the top code. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it says engine coolant flow low performance, but up the top right there it says not present. So we will clear these codes now. Clearing complete. So we're in the engine control unit still, and I want to see the engine coolant temperature sensor. So you cannot actually search. So if I put coolant, so you've got radiator coolant temperature, got the cooling fan if it's on or off. So yeah, pretty handy, because like I said, we've not got a temperature gauge there. Right, next job, little Ford Transit Connect. Customer called me out asking me if I can do the thermostat, because he wasn't getting any hot air coming through, he said. But then he said he overheated, the van overheated on his way back from the hospital, and he said there was oil, a lot of oil in the coolant, which I don't know if you can see, but it is very oily. Now the cap and the bottom of the dipstick, although the oil level is low, doesn't look like that's mixed with coolant. But what I am going to do is just do a little test, head gasket test, just to make sure before I go delving any further. Right, so that liquid is meant to turn green or yellow, so we got it up to temperature, and that's fine. That's not turning in my mind. Right, so we've got the van running. This temperature here, it was going up to 111, 112, which you can see is too high. The temperature gauge wasn't moving, but this top hose is absolutely stone cold. So, and in I don't know if you can see, that small fan is working, but the big one isn't. So what I think is happening there is the thermostat is not opening, and radiator, or the sensor on the radiator, isn't picking up. It's getting up to temperature, therefore not bringing the fan on, and that is why it's overheating. It's fine whilst you're just sitting there, but whilst you're driving, obviously gets up to temperature a lot more. So I'm going to be back and change the thermostat for that another day. Right, last job of the day. Honda Civic, customer supplied Brembo brakes. They're not too low. There's a little bit of a lip on the disc, but also you've got this noise, which, how's that inner pad looking? Oh yes, the inner pad is low, so it'll be the wear indicator just scraping. So we're gonna get them swapped out. I'll just put you on a time lapse. Just thought I'd quickly show you. So this pad is a lot lower than this pad. This moves nice and freely. This slider doesn't, so we're gonna have to get that one out and free that up. There she comes. Yeah, it's not even that rusty. Gonna give that a good old clean up inside there and there. Right, that's where I'm going to end today's video, or this week's video, because my battery's getting low. So yeah, I've just got these brakes to do, nothing special to see there. Hope you've all enjoyed it. As always, comment, like, share and subscribe. 5k subscribers by June. Let's go. See you next week.